Hello there. Here is a folio that I created using a template and kit by 𝗙𝗵𝗃𝗃. Her Etsy shop is linked below in the description. And in the video, I show you how I make the folio, and I'll also show you everything that I put into it. This folio is for sale, and if you like it and would like to commission one, just drop me an email. Hi there, this is 𝗙𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, the Positive Vibes artist. Welcome to my channel. Thank you to all my subscribers. If you're new here and you like what you see, I ask that you please give the video a like and subscribe. Today I am putting together this junk journal ephemera folio, and I did start it already. It's by 𝗙𝗵𝗃𝗃, and she has got a shop on Etsy. I will link to it below. I did start with the main body of the folio first prior to filming, because I didn't have plans to film this, but then I thought it'd be kind of cool to film it. You might want to see what I do, so I'm filming it. Here is the ephemera that comes as part of the kit. She's got full-page backing paper as well, so you would print that double-sided. And that way, when you cut out the ephemera, it's got backing paper on it already in case you want to turn it over and turn it into a journaling card. So it's a really lovely kit of bumblebees and flowers and nice, bright yellow and orange summery colors with accents of pink and magenta. Really lovely, lovely artwork. Now, this is a triple pocket that goes on the inside of the folio. We have got a tiny bottom pocket, medium middle pocket, and a large back pocket. And they will stagger in the center piece there that is blank right now. These two pockets go on the inside cover, crisscross. So I'll be adding those after I do the 3 pockets in the center, and this pocket goes on the back exterior of the folio. This is the bottom pocket. This also goes on the inside, and this is a top pocket that also goes on the inside. Now, this kit comes with an option. You can add 2 little buttons to those 2 top and bottom inner pockets. So that's what I did, and they are double-sided. You just glue 2 button images together for the front and back, attached to each pocket with a brad. And what I did for the interior of the pocket, I then placed tape over the legs of the brad there, so it doesn't bother anyone when they reach in there for a bit of ephemera. And now here I am trying to figure out where to attach this other button to where it won't be visible above the dip in the pocket on the rear side of the pocket. You've got to keep it, see, further down so it doesn't show past that opening. So I'm just here trying to figure out where to place it. And also, note to self, next time I do this, add the buttons before I put the pocket together. It'd be a lot easier. This was rather difficult. I was worried I was going to go completely through the pocket with my awl, but I didn't. At one point in this project, I do stab myself. So I can honestly say that literally blood, sweat, and tears went into this folio. Not too much blood, though, so don't worry about that. And so here I am piercing the button so I can attach it. Now, the rest of this is going to be on fast motion. What do you call it? Fast forward? Speed? I don't know. I can't talk. Anyway, the rest of this is going to be sped up, because otherwise it'll take over an hour for you to watch this video. So I'm going to speed up the rest of this, and I'll come back at the end and go over everything I've done to the folio and everything. I will show you almost everything that goes in it. This folio comes with 100 pieces of ephemera, 42 of which come with this particular kit by 𝗙𝗵𝗃𝗃. And then I decided at the end, since I had plenty of room left over in the folio, once I put the 100 pieces of ephemera in it, I added another 100 pieces. This folio comes with 200 pieces of ephemera, and they're all thematic. They all match the theme of the folio. So they've got, bees and flowers, and I included some with birds and some journaling cards and stuff like that. So this is for sale. Information is listed below, and as soon as it sells, I will mark sold as the first word of the title of this video. But I will be making more folios, and if you would like this particular folio with the bees and the flowers, let me know. I can do that on commission. But then, of course, the bonus ephemera beyond the first 42 pieces of ephemera would be different than what you're going to see here later on in the video. But I can do that. Just drop me an email, and my email is in the description below. And here we go with the rest of the video. So here I am gluing down the top flap that will be part of that middle panel, and I'm gluing down the bottom flap. And now this decorative piece goes in the center there to cover up that white background. And the pockets that go on top of this are the same image as the decorative piece, so there won't be any break in the design when you open up the folio. And you'll see in a minute as I add the other pockets. You see there, the design continues on without any breaks. It's really nice. I did go through and distress it a bit more just because there was some white core showing where I cut the scoop on the top, and then once I did distress that part, it was a little darker than the other edges, so I went across and added a bit more ink to the other edges just so they'd all look, you know, the same. And then here I am gluing down that large pocket that's going to go in the rear here, and you see how the design perfectly continues down. And I do pull on it just a tiny bit to give it some give so that it's got some room in there for ephemera when you put your stuff in there. And now here I am adding the middle pocket. And again, I pull on it a little bit, and I kind of push the sides toward the center a little bit when the glue is still wet. That will give that pocket extra room. And then I go ahead and add the little baby pocket at the bottom there. And this now completes the center panel of the folio. And then all I'll do at the end is add some twine to tie the buttons together. And now the next step is to add the pockets on the interior of the front cover of the folio. And here I am just making a few corrective cuts so the cardstock doesn't lay on top of one another in the corners, adding excess bulk. The edges on the inside of the flaps rest flush against each other. Then I did forget to distress the edge of that pocket, so I popped it off a bit. And I also didn't like how the 𝗏𝗏 was kind of not sticking over here for some reason, so I added some Eileen's tacky glue, and that's almost like super glue. I mean, that stuff is so good. And then I go ahead and distress the edge of that pocket, and then realize I need to distress the edge of the other one, so I do that before I glue it down. And I'm using Eileen's over here too because this paper, well, I think it's the pigment. I don't know, because the green paper there, it was kind of hard to glue stuff to it, and the brownish yellow on the inside of the cover was also a bit difficult to get the glue to stick. Eileen's just stuck to it just fine. The 𝗏𝗏 didn't really want to stick too well to it. So I don't know what was up with that. I'm assuming it's the pigment, but I don't know. But everything went well with the Eileen's, and now so here we have the folio basically done, and then I turn it around and I add that pocket on the back, and that again will continue the design of the back without any breaks in it. And this is the final pocket. And then I also added a little flower on the top of the flap of the folio on the outside for a little embellishment. And then that completes the folio. Now this goes on the inside of the flap there. I didn't glue it down. It's supposed to give you a long, narrow pocket. I didn't glue it down because I didn't really want to cover up that floral design there, but I do include that piece in the large interior pocket. So whoever buys it, if you want to glue that down, you just glue it down along the curved edge, and you leave that long flat edge unglued, and then you can slide in tiny pieces of ephemera, and that can serve as another storage flap. But, you know, that'll be up to whoever buys it. I just didn't feel right about covering those pretty florals. And so here I am just checking to be sure that everything is fitting okay, looking okay. I'd added the flower. That's when I stabbed myself, when I pierced it with my awl to add that flower. That wasn't too bad. And then here's the ephemera that comes with the folio kit. I cut it up. I distressed all the edges with the 𝗘𝗹𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗀 black soot distress ink. Every piece received some distressing. That's everything that comes with the folio kit, along with some words. You can glue those down on the cover. I thought about doing that, but I thought I'll leave that up to the person who purchases it. This comes from another kit. It kind of goes with it, so I included those pieces, and then I went into my own sticker collection and sorted out some stickers that go with the overall theme, and I also included some images of birds and some ducks in here, additional bees, some butterflies, and more florals that kind of stay within the theme of the folio design. And that's everything you get. Or is it? So here I am stuffing the folio. There's that extra piece, and I did see a little bit hanging over the edge there, so I snipped it off and distressed it again to be sure that the edge was all nice and even. And I do go ahead and pop that into the back of the back pocket on the inside of the folio. But here I am filling the little pockets, and I was just, as I was doing this, I was just amazed at how much this folio holds. I was just, you know, I was like, I could just keep going and going after putting all this stuff in there. And you're talking about 100 pieces of ephemera going into this folio. So here I am just deciding, according to size of the piece of ephemera, which pocket it would go into. So you get all your smaller pieces in that bottom small pocket on the inside, and then medium pieces are going into the pocket behind it, and then larger pieces are going into that back pocket on the interior. I've got long, narrow pieces going into the pockets on the inside of the front cover here. So they're just kind of going in all over, and then I've got like rectangular pieces going into the top and bottom flap pockets. I didn't put anything small in those flat pockets because I knew it would be hard to pull it out. So all the ephemera that goes in that top and bottom flat pocket, it's all basically the same size as the pockets. You can easily get it out. And then I went ahead and flipped it over and popped the larger ephemera into that exterior pocket on the back of the folio. And there it is. And here you go. I added some sari ribbon there to keep it closed. I did distress the little flower, even though it is 24 years old. And here I am unwrapping it. Here it is, stuffed. And what I did, because it could hold so much, I'm covering up part of it because I don't want you to see the ephemera on that inside pocket. I went ahead and I included an additional 100 pieces of ephemera in this folio. This folio comes with 200 pieces of ephemera, and it is for sale. And again, if you like it and it sells out on you, let me know. I can make another folio just like it, but the bonus ephemera would be different than what you see in this video. but you would get the folio and the first 44 pieces of ephemera that come with this kit. But there you go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.